Welcome to Channel 8 Update. I'm Carl Aldinger.
And I'm Jovanina Vancheri. SUNY Fredonia's theater department is bringing Jean Anuni's adaptation of Antigone to the stage this weekend. Directed by Fredonia faculty member Daniel Lenzion, the play is based on Sophocles' original Greek tragedy with the same title. Lenzion hopes that Antigone will spur discussion and increase tolerance for other viewpoints. Over 60 students have come together in order to bring the play to Bartlett Theater. Performances will continue this weekend, and tickets are available in the Williams Center ticket office.
Holiday Valley Ski Resort welcomes VA-enrolled members with disabilities to ski for free this coming Friday. The Lounsbury Adaptive Ski Program is hosting the event. It is part of the VA Western New York Healthcare System Recreation Therapy Program. Ski passes and stand-up or adaptive equipment will be donated by the program. Pamela Kaznowski, the Recreation Therapy Program Supervisor, states, quote, "Recreation therapy offers so much to improve the quality of life. This could be a veteran's first experience in winter sports and a day of camaraderie with fellow veterans, giving them the inspiration to take their rehabilitation to a higher level," end quote. Eligible veterans can register by calling 86268-1024.
Western New York experienced hurricane-force winds this past Sunday. Peak gusts reached 75 miles per hour, causing over 50,000 people to lose power, the Buffalo News reports. However, Erie County Executive Mark Polenkars says there could have been much more damage than power outages and roofs being torn off. The Buffalo News says less than 24 homes had trees fall on them, a number much lower than expected, and there are no reports of flooding as of Monday afternoon. The winds pushed the blanket of ice across Lake Erie and onto shore, as well as tearing the roof off of the bookstore at UB North. According to the Buffalo News, the bookstore is closed until further notice. And we'll be back with national news.
I'll be right back. Hi! You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're...
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks. Feel like
make sure you guys aren't
like
swiveling in your chairs while you're reading.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
It's me, Artie. Come see what I collected from the creative galaxy in my idea box.
Transform your world.
Will you help me make art?
Before you throw it away,
Hey, I have an idea.
think outside the box.
Go be amazing!
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Last week, Jussie Smollett, actor on the Fox TV show Empire, was arrested due to a suspicion of filing a false report of an attack that took place on January 29th. Smollett is suspected to have paid two men over $3,000 to stage an attack on him. If convicted, Smollett faces a felony charge of disorderly conduct. He will be back in court on March 14th.
On Sunday afternoon in Oakland, California, the television news crew of KPIX5 was robbed and held at gunpoint at a teacher's strike. The crew was outside of their van when the suspects approached. They demanded the crew's equipment and they surrendered. However, the suspects pulled a gun on the news crew as they walked back to their van. Their security guard and the suspects began to open fire on each other. The guard was shot in the upper leg and is in stable condition. Police said the suspects are detained after fleeing the scene and crashing their car. Others have been detained in connection with the robbery of the stolen goods and the shooting.
A bakery in Grand Rapids, Michigan is proving that charity really is sweet. Paul's Mom's Cookies is partnering with Dégagé Ministries to give homeless women an opportunity to re-enter the workforce. The nonprofit organization is offering a job training program for women in need. They often end up hiring the women who graduate from the program. Cindy Nape, one of the bakery's founders, said, quote, "One of our biggest goals is to offer more women the opportunity to be able to work here after they get through the program," end quote. 100% of the proceeds from their baked goods goes towards the Open Door Women's Center, which provides safe overnight housing for women in crisis. Haley Poth joins us now for your Channel 8 weather update. Haley, please tell me the snow's going to stop soon.
The snow is going to stop soon, and thankfully the wind has died down as well. This weekend, like you said, Anina, 50,000 people lost power in the western New York area, but there was not as much damage as expected. After the snow tonight, we will have a relatively easy rest of the week. Until about 10 p.m., we are under a winter weather advisory, so drive carefully.
All right, thank you, Haley. Coming up in your international news tonight, relocating an American airbase in Japan, illegal moonshine in India, and a toy gun in a Bangladeshi airport.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving, the ultimate party foul.
You've messed up your son's haircut. Do you try to fix it? Work with what you've got? Or show solidarity?
Thank you, babe. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Remember that to love America is to love all Americans, because love has no labels.
Había un niño que era muy sensible a luces y sonidos. Construía escondites donde no podían entrar. No le gustaba mirar a la gente a los ojos, lo hacía sentir incómodo. Un día se descubrió que tenía autismo. Con ayuda poco a poco aprendió a vivir mejor con ello.
Mientras más pronto se diagnostique, mejor. Conoce las señales en autismspeaks.org.
Your son wants to get a cat, but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals 25.
Good job!
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
We can warn someone when their drink isn't safe.
And disrupt the situation.
We can.
Get someone a cab.
Or walk them home safely.
We can make campuses safer for our friends.
Our roommates.
Our classmates. Our fellow human beings.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can. Intervene.
It's on us.
All of us.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Welcome back. On Monday, residents of Okinawa rejected a plan to relocate a long-standing U.S. Marine Air Base. A referendum revealed that 72% of Okinawans oppose the relocation of the base to Hinoko, whereas only 19% support it. Although Okinawa accounts for only 1% of Japan's land space, the small island region houses approximately half of the 54,000 U.S. service members stationed in Japan. Despite local opposition, Japan's central government stated that relocation will occur regardless. Okinawa Governor Denny Tamaki hopes to deliver the referendum to President Trump in appeal. Anina?
34 people were arrested in India after supplying illegal and toxic moonshine, killing 154 Indians and hospitalizing over 200. Police are questioning others that are associated with the bootlegging in the area. An investigation about the contents of the alcohol is ongoing. However, police suspect that the locally brewed liquor contained methanol. The victims contracted methyl alcohol poisoning from consuming the unregulated moonshine, known locally as country-made liquor, in the northeast state of Assam.
Bangladesh airports increased airport security after a man tried to hijack flight BG-147. The flight landed safely in the city of Chittagong, and all 148 passengers and crew survived safely. The hijacker, 25-year-old Mohammed Palash Ahmed, was shot dead by police after the emergency landing. According to CNN, officials tried to arrest him and get him to surrender. However, he refused and died later from being shot. Ahmed was found carrying a fake pistol and announced his reason for the hijack was because he was having problems with his wife. Airport security have been trying to figure out how Ahmed got a toy pistol through security. But now Crescenzo Fano joins us with your sports. Hi, Crescenzo.
Hey, Carl. The men's hockey team season came to an end Saturday night as they lost to Geneseo in the SUNYAC semifinals 5-2. Max Blitz and Jimmy Morgan scored for Fredonia, while Eric Bogard made 33 saves in the defeat. The Blue Devils finished with a record of 15-8-4 and will return 3 of their 4 top scorers next season. The Fredonia women's basketball team also lost in the SUNYAC semifinals this weekend as they fell to the Geneseo Knights Friday in New Paltz 62-30. The Blue Devils finished the season with a record of 12-15 and will return 3 of their top 5 scorers next season. WNYF would like to congratulate the women's basketball and men's hockey teams for their success this season. In Major League Baseball, the Colorado Rockies have made their long-term solution at third base. Nolan Arenado will be with the Rockies for the next 10 years as he will get a $260 extension. A $260 million extension, excuse me. The deal also has a no-trade clause and an opt-out after his 3rd year. Carl, back to you.
Thank you, Crescenzo. We'll return in just a moment for one last look at the weather.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving, the ultimate party foul.
You've messed up your son's haircut. Do you try to fix it? Work with what you've got.
Guys, please talk slow,
Or
and if
show
we're not ready, keep
solidarity.
entering.
Thank you, babe. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Remember that to love America is to love all Americans, because love has no labels.
Había un niño que era muy sensible a luces y sonidos. Construía escondites donde no podían entrar. No le gustaba mirar a la gente a los ojos, lo hacía sentir incómodo. Un día se descubrió que tenía autismo. Con ayuda poco a poco aprendió a vivir mejor con ello.
Mientras más pronto se diagnostique, mejor. Conoce las señales en autismspeaks.org.
Your son wants to get a cat, but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals 25. Good job.
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
We can warn someone when their drink isn't safe.
And disrupt the situation.
We can. Get someone a cab.
Or walk them home safely.
We can make campuses safer for our friends.
Our roommates.
Our classmates. Our fellow human beings.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can.
Intervene.
It's on us.
All of us.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Welcome back to Channel 8 Update. Before we wrap up tonight, we're going to go to Haley for one last look at our weather. I sure hope after last weekend and tonight that things are looking up for the rest of the week. What does it look like, Haley? Any winds like we experienced on Sunday?
No winds like that we are looking at from this weekend. The snow right now is actually very difficult to get through, but it will be over soon. Tonight the wind high should only be about 6 to 8 miles per hour, which is a significant change. We're looking forward to a partly sunny Wednesday and Thursday and a warm but snowy weekend. Our high this week will be 38 on Saturday, but that will dip back down to 19 on Monday. Here's actually our weather for the rest of the week.
All right, well, I am sure I'm looking forward to the weekend with that kind of weather. But that does it for us tonight on Channel 8 Update. We want to just thank everyone in the studio and our crew in the control room. Fred Before Bed airs tonight at 10 p.m., so stay tuned for that. And we'll be back next week with more news with Patrick and Monica. Good night.